deep clarity on the real purpose of social media. It's not anything like I thought it was growing up and using social media. Not at all. So, I mean, this idea has been bubbling out, and I've actually written about it pretty concisely. Let me see if I could grab my phone. I've actually written about it pretty concisely. So, I've made an Instagram post, and it reads, let's see if I could get you to see that. The purpose of social media is to beam out your light so you can find the right... I can't have that hair there. The purpose of social media is to beam out your light so you can find the right people, so you can invite them into having a deeper experience with you, so you can change the world together. This realization is so big and earth-shattering for me that it keeps coming out, and it keeps coming out of my mouth, and I keep saying it, but then the realization just keeps sinking in deeper and deeper, and I just have to sit on here and talk more about it. So I was recently in a group call with one of my mentors, and we did this incredible exercise where, you think about your dreams. Like, maybe you have a dream to get 1 million subscribers on YouTube. Maybe you have a dream to write a book. Maybe you have a dream to do all of these things, right? And the exercise was to go deeper and deeper and deeper into your why. Why is this your dream? What are you really truly looking for? Right? Because it's never actually that surface level thing. It's not actually that we want 1 million subscribers. It's what we think we're going to feel and experience when we get there. So if you bore layer after layer after layer into this stuff, for a long time, like, I thought that what I wanted was like 100,000 subscribers or 1 million subscribers. But like, if you close your eyes and go into your future, okay, and then imagine yourself having that dream, having that goal, can you go deeper? Can you go deeper? Like, is that really the end goal? Is that really what you want? Okay, and if I do this exercise for myself, no, it's not really what I want. It's not. Because if I just have 1 million subscribers on YouTube, I'm still on the computer all the time, talking to a camera, posting videos. There's something missing. There's something missing there. So if I go into it all the way, what I really come to is, I actually don't want to be talking to a camera. I want to be sitting in a room talking to people in loving community, learning, growing, supporting, expanding together, real people, feeling accepted, feeling loved, feeling valued for what I have to share. That's what I see. If I go deep enough into it, that's what it's about. So you can do this practice on your own with your goals, but a lot of times these goals, such as I want to have 1 million subscribers, for me, I'll speak for myself, this is just me wanting love and connection. So then I can go deeper into love and connection and say, okay, what does that actually look like for me? And that's what I envision. I envision me talking to people. Maybe sometimes I have this vision of me talking to people outside, teaching people, like, in a grassy setting. When I started my spiritual podcast, when I was sharing my sort of inner journey online, I loved Ram Dass so much. And what I realized is I didn't just necessarily love that he had recordings online. I think one of the things I admired the most about him is that his recordings were in rooms with people, and you could hear him interacting with the audience, and hearing people laughing and asking questions. I think that's what I really admired, is he was really connected with people and teaching people in real life, having these face-to-face experiences. Like, I didn't quite pinpoint that at the time, but I think that's something that I really truly admired about him. And it wasn't just that he was sitting in his room doing a podcast by himself. It was that he was out there teaching in the real world, forming real connections, teaching for real, experiencing real love, spreading love. So if you have these social media goals, if you're drawn to social media and sharing, see if you could go deeper and deeper and deeper into why. Like, what are you really after? Okay. Because for me, I think what I'm really after is feeling loved, feeling connection, having real human connections, teaching, being valued for what I teach. And yeah, there's this stunning vision of being in a room with people actually teaching. Okay. So then what actually is the purpose of social media? This is the topic I posited at the beginning of the video. It's not about social media at all. Social media is just a tool to, again, share your message, share your light, share your authentic truth. So then you can invite resonant beings into having real experiences with you. Okay. And you may, if you've seen any of my funnels, and let me just adjust myself here. If you've seen any of my funnel updates, you know that I've started to figure this out already. This is me up here shining out my authentic truth into the world, using the internet as a tool. And really right now, my favorites are Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and Threads. These are my favorite. I'm actually having an interesting realization about Substack and my newsletter, and that maybe I don't quite need it, but that's kind of irrelevant. Okay, so then, if you've been following along with me, this isn't new, but it's just like the depth of this realization is really, really hitting. It's really hitting, like, hard. Okay, so this is just the top of the funnel where all I have to do is be my authentic self. That's it. There's very little strategy, maybe like 1 to 5% strategy. The most important thing is just being my authentic self. That way, these people who I attract are going to be deeply, deeply resonant with me. And then I can invite them into deeper experiences, okay? And so right now I have this school community. I call it Creative Freedom. It's free. And here I do right now I do a weekly group call. And I do a weekly meditation. So do you want to know what's really cool about this? Let me just write free. Also, isn't this cool, guys, how like this inner journey, it maps out onto a bit like a business, like social media strategy, business strategy, like it all maps directly into the inner journey. It is the coolest thing ever. Okay, so you want to know what's really cool? So I've investigated deep into my why. What I really want is to be in rooms with people teaching. And I'm doing that. I just froze on OBS. This always happens. Give me a second, because I want you to see my face. There we go. I'm doing that right now. So I've been having this like crazy clarity that I'm living the dream. I am living the dream. I am doing what I want. Okay, maybe it's like a step away, because I mean we're on video calls, like it's group video calls, so it's not quite that in real life thing. But if I and I'm really learning to focus my mind and focus on what's working, because I know where attention goes energy flows, what you focus on expands. So I've been really fixating on the fact that, wow, on these weekly group calls, on these weekly meditation calls, this is basically my dream. I am living my dream right now. I am living my dream. So it's pretty amazing, guys, what's happening to me. And this clarity on what the purpose of social media is, it's helping me lean more and more and more into these real live experiences with people where I get to go so much deeper. I get to be so much more of myself because it's no longer two-dimensional. It's actually, a group call has this space to actually hold real deep experiences, right? So I remember I shared, I think it was in a TikTok post or something recently, I was like, this is kind of a startling realization because all of my energy is moving here, which makes sense because this is what I really want. This is the dream. This is just a tool. So back in the day, all my energy was going to YouTube because I didn't have the clarity I had now. All my energy was just going to growing these platforms and gaining this follower count because I was looking for love and connection, and I was a little bit misguided or simply just earlier on in my journey. And I wasn't ready to take this next step and actually host community and actually teach face to face. But yeah, now that I'm here, all of my energy is shifting here. So there's almost like a grieving process involved because I was using social media in the old way. I was using social media as the be all end all for love and connection and expression for so many years. I would say over a decade. You know, I've had my YouTube channel since I was 10 years old. Okay, so it's quite the shift for me, and I think that's why it's such a groundbreaking realization. And I'm having different waves of the realization just hitting, and like different waves of grieving the old way as I step into this new way. Okay. And then how does this tie into entrepreneurship, right? Like, because then you can have, so I mean, your particular funnel as you do this can look so many different ways, but like you can have different paid engagements where people can go even deeper with you, right? So the model I'm doing right now is my paid thing is a mentorship or a coaching where we really get to have a deep one-on-one relationship where we will build your creative project or build your business and work on all the inner workings and the energetics every step of the way, and we really do the thing, right? So this realization really paves the way for such a different incredible, it's just incredible. It's just incredible. Okay. And it's not only like, yeah, something else I've been realizing is like, yeah, like, so I also have the connection call, and this is kind of cool. If maybe I can articulate this. So I've got a free connection call that everyone can book where we just meet and chat and, you know, see if we're a good fit to go deeper in some way. And it's very open-ended. And, you know, what I've realized is like another thing up here is just like a coffee. Like, so I've been doing a lot of coffees with people, and basically like it's all coming from this same funnel. Like, people are attracted to the essence I'm putting out on social media. People are reaching out. Okay. And then this is so fulfilling. Just this coffee is so fulfilling. This connection call is so fulfilling. And I don't need people to come into this community. I don't need people to go into this mentorship, it's really a if it's aligned type of situation. And then that's really cool because then I get a lot of money and we get to have this awesome experience together. Or here, I get no money, but I get to have this fulfilling experience with you and in community. And like a little coffee with someone from this world, or a little connection call, that is so much more deep and meaningful and impactful for me than simply just doing social media. So guys, this is deep, deep, deep clarity on the real purpose of social media. And here's how the actual, strategic components of this realization are mapping out onto my business, Creative Freedom. Right? This is Creative Freedom, and this is largely one of the things I'm going to be supporting others with, is if you're at this stage, is mapping out what your community and business looks like. And all of this, it's just so cool. I just love how you have business strategy here on the one side, or creator strategy, right? But on the other side is a deeply interconnected inner growth, right? Because as I've said time and time again, I couldn't have this realization about social media until I unlocked Creative Freedom on social media and merged all my accounts. Because before that, I was like fighting to make social media work as a be all end all. And I was splitting all my accounts and trying to niche. And I didn't see any of this that I see now. So this is quite wild. I hope you're able to hear and feel the weight of this realization, the true purpose of social media. You can't, your full self, your full depth, it's not possible to put it on social media. All you can do is shine little pieces of your light, little pieces of your authentic truth, and then invite people into having deeper experiences, whatever that looks like for you. And these pieces are going to be different for each individual depending on your natural gifts and what you want to do, right? So one of my favorite things to do is just show up and be with people. That's why this works so well for me. And same with the mentorship. It's like I just get to show up and be myself and teach what I know and help people through this process, which is like all I want to ever do. It's exactly what I want to do. So that's why mine is starting to look like this, because it's exactly what I want, and yours might look a little bit different, right? But what's cool about this is if you're shining unfiltered, authentic light up here, you're gonna attract people who are resonating with exactly what you're sharing. So it's all gonna be tremendously perfect. And it's not gonna be all of these people that wanna go all the way down your funnel. But again, if you're shining unfiltered, authentic light here, some people will, and I've witnessed this now. I've had mentorship and coaching clients. I have people in my community. It's not my whole audience. I have these huge numbers on my audience. Even now with my low views, it's like 200 views on YouTube on average, 100 to 200. But I only have, 40 people in the community. Even less people join the calls, even less mentorship and coaching clients. But this is natural because as you go down this funnel, it naturally filters out. It filters down into the deepest alignment. So the only people who do this will be the people who it really, really makes sense for. And the only people who do this is who it really, really makes sense for. Some people will just meet, form a relationship, meet for coffee. Coffee and connection calls like the same thing, which is kind of funny. So, oh my God, I hope you feel like this is as fascinating as I do. And so, wow. Yeah, I'd love to hear your thoughts about this in the comments. Whatever stage you're at, if you're still working out the pieces of showing up online, if you're building out your business, if you're working on your inner work, whatever it is, I certainly welcome you to trickle on down my funnel if it feels aligned for you. So there's links in the description for this connection call where we can have a conversation. We can talk about one-on-one mentorship and coaching, if that might be a good fit. We could also talk about if you might be a good fit to hop in my free Creative Freedom group calls and meditations, putting a lot into that community. So yeah, check that link in the description. Also, if you're in the city, maybe we could grab a coffee. Yeah, I hope you found this interesting. I'll be looking forward to hearing from you, and I'll be looking forward to hopefully seeing you down funnel. All right, I'll catch you soon.